Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Girl, Is That Legal? With your host, your legal bestie, Attorney Simone. That's me. Go ahead and hit that like and subscribe. Make sure you also hit that notification button. That way you will always know when I'm going live. I don't always let you guys know in advance because sometimes stuff be stuffing and stuff be happening. But this episode is going to be a closeout for now to our Jennifer Williams Christian Gold series. And before we get started with that, we got a few things on the docket, okay? I got my little gavel here. Okay. Oh, that's a little loud. Okay. So we got some things on the docket. We got some, what do we call it? Housekeeping, where you have to handle a few things before you get going. Now, first, where my little banner go? First, everything. Okay, guys, we got some people backstage because I am going to allow people to come on and just ask their questions about this whole saga, right? I also created a playlist. So I have a playlist now because some people were like, hey, it's kind of hard to find all the videos. The playlist is called Basketball Wives, okay? And it's got all the different videos I've made pertaining to the series. It was actually way more than I have remembered. But it'll take you all the way back to the first one. You can go to that and then you can watch them like in order. There are some people who are like, why does this lady care? Baby, get on the train, honey. Because this is like the best Tubi reality show, legal drama you've ever unintentionally watched. Okay. Because this all really just started from the neighborhood talk, making a post about the 250K restitution, me finding the order that said that was a lie, and then on live, reading over his website and discovering this looked like a Ponzi scheme. And then hordes of people calling into my office every single day since that first video talking about, hey, he scammed me. Hey, he scammed me. Now, what we have here at the bottom, let me go on ahead and put this on up, is all of these things are alleged. Alleged, meaning he, Christian Gold, has not been charged for anything related to his trading business. Although it is, I can confirm and have done my research, it is under FBI investigation. What I mean by that is the FBI has, in fact, held interviews with some victims to date. Okay. And the law says this regarding FBI and federal interviews is that those are under penalty of perjury. So if you lie in an FBI interview, then you yourself can be charged with a crime. The crime is lying to the FBI, is lying to a federal investigator. Okay, so that is why I've done that due diligence research. And so my allegations are based on my thorough review. But we're going to go ahead. Since this is a learning space, we are infotainment channel over here. Okay, Professor Redwine in the building. Yes, I was a law professor. We're going to start with the cease and desist letter that I received this week. Bam, we're going to go through it because I don't have nothing to hide. And there is nothing for me to cease and desist from doing because I haven't broken no laws. Let's see why. All right. Let's see. Oh, thank you so much for the super chat, Mimi Sherry. You are uncovering this giant ass lie. It's peak 2024. Well, thank you. Also, I have dropped and I've pinned on YouTube. I pinned where if someone wants to call and make a comment. Hey, y'all, I've been getting all these calls from people who feel like they've been scammed or their cousin or their mama's getting scammed, what have you. On this channel, I also have a playlist called Sunday Service. If it's not visible at the moment of this broadcast, it's private and I'll make it public. Every Sunday is my call-in show, okay, where you can call in, you can ask a legal question, you can get help for free. Now, there are disclaimers. You cannot sue me. You got to actually get with an attorney in your state, but this is so that you can get some general help and direction. So if you have been scammed later in this episode, not right now, but if you feel like you've been schemed, you want to come on, you want to ask a question. Maybe you think your mama been schemed, your daddy, I don't know. You can come on and you can, if you want to out your scammer, you want to talk about the scam you think you done fell for, whatever, come on in. We like tea over here. We like tea. All right. So I have to start with just going over the cease and desist letter. Okay. And, okay, there we go. Hold on a second. And I'm not going to put up the one related to Vanessa's network. I'm just going to put this one up. And I'm going to explain why. So here we go. So basically, this is what I have to do. It says, Dear Miss Redwine, my firm represents both Miss Williams and Christian Walden Gold. Okay, wait a minute. I'm just peeping that because I just skimmed this through just to make sure I wouldn't violate law. So now he's going by Walden Dash Gold. Oh, okay. Maybe that means that we're going to soon see a name change in the files. Oh my gosh. Wait a minute, y'all. I'm already being messy. We're only on page 1, y'all. What if Christian filed to change his name to, Christian Walden Gold so that Jennifer, when they get married, can be Mrs. Gold? Oh my God. This is so ghetto. This is such a ghetto love story. Because that's not even his name. As we know, his real name is Christian Walden. Gold is an alias. It is in no part of his name. It is straight foolishness. But okay, if that's the name you want, that's fine. All right, so let's continue. So I don't know. Let me know in your thoughts. You think Jennifer? I think Jennifer Williams would love to be Jennifer Gold. Gold digging girls driving me crazy. I can't take. Y'all remember that song? I grew up in Florida middle school. Maybe it was just me. All right, so. They represent Christian Walden and Christian Walden Gold regarding legal issues arising out of several defamatory statements made by you, namely and by way of example only in social media posts and YouTube videos retrievable on the internet via publicly available URLs as follows. Number 1, YouTube video entitled Jennifer Williams Scammed Again, Fiance Exposed. Okay, let's talk about that video. Definitely watch. In that video, what I discuss as the scamming is the fact that his restitution was not $250K, it was $12,500, but yet he asked her for the 6-figure amount. So that's what I said, is she being scammed again? And what you'll note at the end of the show or the end of the episode, I say, what do you think, guys? Do you think Christian is scamming Jennifer to get the $250K? Because it was needed in order. He said he needed it for restitution in order to be able to travel and have their international Paris wedding of her dreams, right? So when you tell a woman, hey, I can give you your dreams, I just need you to help me with this right here, that's dry bagging, baby. That's dry. I'm from Oak Cliff. That's dry bagging. We know what that looked like. That's like when that man was laid up with your grandma and he would come by and he would like ask her for stuff like in secret or whatever. He would say, oh man, Merle, I really need that's dry bagging. So he done dry bagged this woman over $250. Okay. So that's why I said, it was a question. Is she being scammed again? So I believe this letter is saying, no, it wasn't a scam. Because my second question is, if he isn't scamming her, are the two of them scamming the audience? Meaning they know good and well the $250,000 isn't really owed. They're just using it for a storyline. We don't know. It's a question. But I'm here to state, Christian, I am not saying 1,000% that you're a scammer. I'm only saying with respect to the 250 versus the 12,500, Negro, you lied. You was lying. Next video at issue is YouTube video entitled Victim of Jennifer Williams' Fiance Speaks Out About His Scam. That was her opinion. And based on the facts, that woman, to my knowledge, still has not been paid. If she has been paid, she, was welcome between the two of them. But I have ability to allow anyone a platform to say. So those are allegations. So I'm going to say, again, hasn't been charged. Those are those allegations. The third video listed here is entitled Judge Halts Wedding. Basketball wedding canceled. Judge blocks their wedding. Okay. Okay. So that one literally was about the fact that there was an arrest warrant and we had the hearing that we had on Friday. And then the last one, breaking down the lies. No, literally, I broke down things such as in the video, how he continued to perpetrate the lie that he had paid $250K when his own attorney, as I sat there in the courtroom on Friday, stated that he recently made a payment and none of the payments were with respect to the $12,500 amount. Okay, so then they're saying, page 2, I'm writing this letter to inform you I am hereby immediately directed to cease and desist from posting, publishing, distributing, or otherwise disseminating any false, misleading, disparaging, or defamatory statements or information or materials about or concerning Jennifer Williams and or Christian Gold. By way of example, through any form of social media platform or any public statement or form that allows for public statements, including without limitation, registering a domain name that contain our clients or their affiliates' names or trademarks, or otherwise for communications in any other form. Wait a minute, guys. Does that mean they don't want me to make my t-shirts that say, I don't do jailbirds, but I do food stamps? Oh, no, it's the other one. It's, I do jailbirds, but I don't do food stamps. I created that jingle in my last video, my video that was the exclusive from the courtroom. That might be what they're asking for. Okay, we're going to read it all and then I'm going to break it down. Next is you are directed to cease and desist from any direct or indirect communication, correspondence, or contact with Ms. Williams and Mr. Walden Gold and any of their employees, business partners, customers of the aforementioned individuals and or their entities. I absolutely have not reached out to any of those such people. Their victims have called my law office. As an attorney, it is my obligation to field any calls that I believe are just. So I will not do that. I don't know who works for them. Actually, I don't know who those people are, but agreed. Ceasing and desisting, not doing that. Gotcha. Be advised your failure to cease and desist. The conduct outlined in this letter will lead to them pursuing all available rights and remedies against you, including but not limited to declaratory relief, equitable relief, and all available damages at law, as well as attorney's fees and expenses. Rest assured, if we are required to seek court intervention, the recourse we seek will be complete. Damn, they try to tell me. Damn, they told me, yeah. Except I know what those words mean. Declaratory judgment means they're going to go to the court and say to the court, hey, does this lady have to shut the hell up? And they did that to Tasha K, as in Kevin Hart actually did the same thing to Tasha K, and the judge didn't even shut Tasha K up, and Tasha K be really talking. She'd be saying some stuff. So, okay, I understand. Equitable relief would be things like trying to preclude me from speaking in the future. That actually is not permissible in the law. That is called a restraint on future speech. You cannot limit what someone is going to say in the future. No court will ever agree to that. So in fact, with the Tasha K interview, Kevin Hart filed something to try and intervene to not allow it to be aired. And the court was like, no, you got to let the person say what they want to say, and then we'll determine whether or not it's a violation of law. It's called this thing called free speech. Oh my God. Move to Russia if you don't like it. All right, next up, the letter serves as a formal demand for a request for correction, clarification, or retraction under Texas Penalty Code. Your statements and representation constitute defamation per se, and therefore our damages are automatic. If you fail to retract or correct your defamatory statements within 10 days, you will be liable. Okay, the next, please contact me within 7 days of receipt of this letter to confirm you will comply with set forth and regarding defamatory statements. If I do not receive information within that time frame, I reply. I said, actually, thank you for this letter. Thank you for responding to my video, because in one of my recent videos, I specifically said, this is a letter from Christian Gold's lawyer, y'all, telling me to cease and desist. I said, hey, Christian, if anything I've said is incorrect, let me know. I will be happy to clarify. So the stage that we're at is this. Here's the thing. This first paragraph is what they want me to stop doing: posting, publishing, distributing, or otherwise disseminate any false, misleading, disparaging, or defamatory statements. Okay. False or misleading, I don't want to give those either. So there's nothing, I have not stated anything that was false or misleading. If I have, let me know which comments. Not only will I post your response of these are the things that are untrue, I will post it on my channel. I will affirmatively let people know that they're untrue. From disparaging or defamatory statements, here's the thing: the truth, legally under the law, the truth is not disparaging and the truth is not defamatory. It's not. For example, if you say so-and-so is a crackhead, if they're a crackhead, it's not defamatory. It's only defamatory if they're not in fact a crackhead. So when I said she does jailbirds, but she don't do food stamps, that is not in fact defamatory, because she is doing it to a jailbird now. He went into jail. Went in jail on Friday. I saw it. They put the little shackles on him. He was in there like this, walking at the court. In that Bergdorf Goldman $1,000 sweater. Okay. Clink, clink. Do like this. If you're at your house, clink, 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 clink with your little designer handcuffs. Clink, clink. You know, he was in there clink, clink, clinking it up. Okay. So she does jailbirds, but she don't do food stamps, as she's told us. Meaning, interestingly, this quote, this little jingle I've come up with, it comes from the interview with his child's mother. And in that interview, the child's mother explains how he has not paid his child support. He's paid under $10K in one of the children is turning 3 this weekend. In their entire 3 years for the combined 2 children, he's paid a total of under $10K is her position. And she said the kids are on food stamps. Kids are on food stamps. So he gets to go to Europe and have an international wedding while the food stamp fairy has to visit his home so the kids can have the food groups. So, yeah, I'm going to talk about it. And it's not disparaging because you the one got that food stamp fairy over at your kid's house. How about you get up off that plane, get out of the first class, come on back to America, put yourself on child support. The kids can get off the food stamps. You no longer have these food stamp fairy visits. All right. So they don't want me to mislead, disparage, defamatory statements, or information or material about or concerning them by way of example through any form of social media, da 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 da. So again, I'm happily correcting anything that's incorrect. Happily. For example, I made the statement, I said, is my understanding that they have sold their wedding special. If you want me to correct that, if you did not exactly sell the wedding special yet, if that is wrong, happily, I will correct it. I'll correct it. But what you're not going to do is you're not going to prevent people from telling the truth. I know what a cease and desist letter is. You have to give me the opportunity to correct anything that you're claiming was misleading or untrue. I've asked you for those. I have not yet received that list, maybe because they're enjoying themselves in their wedding, which is understandable. But we got other things to do. This is not, my whole channel is not dedicated to them. Today's episode is to wrap up this saga and mosey on down to other topics like Tyrese. Tyrese is going to get it this week, y'all. Tyrese done. If you go to the neighborhood talk, there's a post. Tyrese is mad because he's paying $10,000 a month for his 17-year-old and feels like he shouldn't also have to pay that for his 5-year-old, even though he's behind on his child support, $10,000, whatever it is. Tyrese is pissing me off. Tyrese is always in the news crying about something, crying about a woman, crying about child support, crying about everything. Talking about he needs some money and he won't shut the hell up and just get up and go to work. Okay, let me look at these comments real quick as I catch my breath. Oh yeah, she also said she doesn't do broke. She does jailbirds, but she don't do food stamps or broke. Jailbirds, but she don't do food stamps or broke. But he's got to be broke, y'all, because he was unable to afford the $12,500 in restitution until just now. Good morning, Miss Vanessa. Are you ready to join us? Are you ready, girl? Oops, I don't know. Let me see. Morning. Here we go. Okay, she said she's coming. Don't do jailbirds, but you do food stamps. Y'all, I just cannot believe. This is what's really the reason I wanted to put that cease and desist up too is because a lot of people, like I get calls frequently where people are like, hey, I received a cease and desist. I just want to let you know what it means is they don't want you lying on them. As long as you're telling the truth and you have done a diligent, if it's a non-famous person, you have to basically, you can't go ask the neighborhood crackhead and be like, hey, what you know about Kelly? Be like, oh, I said, Kelly, she do half the community or whatever like that. Like you can't, that's not a reliable source. But if it's a regular private citizen, you do have to do like diligent research before you say whatever you're going to say about them, if it could be disparaging. If it's a public person, if it is a celebrity, the standard of law is actually higher, is what I'm saying. So Vanessa said she's on her way. She said she's coming. The standard there, oh, hold on. Okay, she said she needs 5 more minutes. Sure, baby, I got you. The standard, if it's a famous person, is actually that, it can't be malicious. It can't be malicious. It can't be a bold-faced lie. So I don't like to talk about other bloggers, but there's a blogger out there who got sued for claiming a celebrity had an STD. It's because it was obvious and provable that STD was not the case, that blogger got in that trouble. And what's most important is when they got a cease and desist like this, it said, this is what I want you to remove for these reasons, because this isn't true. I don't have this STD or whatever. I'm giving you an example. And they still said, no, I'm going to keep the video up. If you take it down, you're fine. And for me, I want to admit, I will take down, like I said, anything that's not true. And I do want to I'm going to make clear this point too. I personally know that he has been working on payment plans with clients. So for me, That's why this verdict, where the judge was like, come into custody immediately, come on in here, jailbird, and then you can come out, you can go to work, get this wedding money, and you're gonna have to come on back to the jailhouse. I saw that as a victory in part because I know that he has been actively working to pay back clients once my story went live. To my knowledge, these payment plans and this stuff was not sent until after my expose. So what you're not going to do is come up here and threaten me, because without the threatening, some of these people wouldn't have justice. Period. Poo. So for the people who are like, why does she care? Why is this girl in this people's business? I got put into business. When my phone is ringing off the hook from people who actually need services pro bono, because this man done took 30,000, 40,000, their last dime, then yeah, I'm in it. I'm in it. If you don't like it, I don't know, skip to another channel. All right, so let me see. Let me get it. All right, so we got that. I got my little. Here we go. Let me look at these comments real quick. She's about to head on. You look so cute last night. She said, I just woke up. Great. Okay, she's got it. All right, let me read these comments real quick. Sincerely, Latasha said, it feels like a fear tactic because victims and the kid's mother are speaking out. Yeah, so let me tell you, the last time I got sued for defamation, I ain't new to this, baby. I'm true to this. The last time I got sued for defamation, it was a publicly traded company. I bankrupted them. The only reason they sued me and they sued WFAA Channel 8, which is a news station in Dallas, Texas, where I resided, where I have an office. I have offices throughout Texas, but can practice nationally, depending on the matter. And they sued me and they sued the TV network to silence us. They didn't want us to talk about it anymore. And the rule of that television network was once you get sued for defamation, can't cover that story anymore. Here's the problem. Because the truth was a defense, what I was able to do is part of the legal defamation of defending myself. I took all the evidence. That case involved, it was a corporate company that was a medical device company that was supposed to make a life-saving device to give you oxygen, but in fact, it killed my client's 5-year-old baby girl while she was at school. And I took all the evidence. I gave it to the FDA. The FDA investigated. The FDA agreed with me, said this product is deadly, and recalled it nationally from schools across America and internationally. This product was part of what was used at the Special Olympics if anyone was having breathing difficulty, and it's freaking deadly. So silence me if you want to, but the more you work to silence me, the louder the story is going to become. So it's probably best, because I got other things to do, that you just shut up and leave me alone. And I'm going to go on to other stories until you get arrested again. And when you get arrested again, then I'll be back on this again. All right. So we're just waiting for Vanessa to join. I sent her the link. What does it say? New York, she can help him with his child support case. Just flip to the gender audience. Tyrese needs to stop whining. So Tyrese needs to stop whining and crying and just keep singing and pay that child support. Those baby moms didn't lie down and bust that open themselves. And this thing, it was his wife. And he's saying because the child is 5 years old, she doesn't need $10,000 a month. I have a niece who goes to school. I have a niece that goes to a school that's like $30K a month. So private school alone could very much tip these scales. But also, you rolling around in a Rolls Royce, shut the heck up. You got a $200,000 car. I don't want to hear you complaining about taking care of your kid for that amount, because 20% of your income is supposed to be your kid. That's legally how it is. So here we go. Okay, there we go. All right, let me see what else we got here. Evelyn is such a hypocrite. Ooh, why you say that? Let's see. I mean, this just says, let the people know, Professor. Jennifer gets what she has decided to get. This is all on herself at this point. Oh wait, is she? Okay, let me see. Hold on. Somebody said, we will find out how much Christian is worth when the child support case comes up. We sure will. We will. And here we go. I think what is that? Hold on. Is that? Let me do it this way. Yeah, but I think he's gonna do everything he can to not have to pay it and block it and everything else. which is just really, really sad. And I hope Jennifer doesn't help him avoid any child support, because at this point you went on national TV and told us how wealthy you are. So $2,200 a month was what they had previously agreed on. Boy, if you don't get that 22, you'll be right. Okay, hold on. Yeah. Get that 22 together and come on over. Yeah, Vanessa, they said, you don't need your camera on, boo. Your voice is just fine. We know your voice. I'm going to text her that. Your voice is just fine. I tell her. I know when you're a girly girl, it's like, jailbird. Hold on. There we go. Yes, because I don't. Oh, guys, and okay. So as we're doing that, I'm messaging with her. She's about to hop on. I'm excited because tonight I'm actually going to a premiere of Jocelyn's Cabaret Texas. We're gonna get to see these people. Oh. Here we go. Here we go. There's okay. Yeah, we're gonna get to see these people on the show. C. Griffin said 2,200 isn't nearly enough based on his alleged income. No, exactly. For 2 children, it should be closer to like $20K a month, if not more. Somebody said she's done the jailbird. She said the jailbird jingle is taking me out. Well, since she said that, got a little clip from you. Don't forget, you can catch that jingle here. Like
you do jailbirds, but you don't do food stamps.
Sing it.
Somebody put that over some music.
Yeah, let me know when we get there. Yeah, when we get some music, I'm gonna work on that. And then just say, is that legal? Like the show. Simone in chat. Yep, click the like button. Also, while Vanessa is getting ready to join us, I wanted to remind you, you can go to my website, SimoneRedwine.com, to get my ebook. My ebook is called Background Checks 101, A Beginner's Guide to Discovering Who the Heck You're Really Dealing With. And guess what, guys? I am actually Professor Redwine. I am rolling out an online course where I'm going to teach you step by step how to do some of the background checks. I'll start with some of the ones that I have personally done, right? And you can literally bring in a target, like a person you're interested in researching on, and I'm going to walk you through the steps of how to do background checks. You can do them on someone that you're dating, someone your mom's dating, someone you're worried about, all kinds of different things. So we're gonna do that there. But then also you can click book or hire Simone to schedule a consultation with me. I do legal strategy sessions with people across the United States for case consultations. The 30 minutes right now is $149 an hour, or $159. And then for 30 minutes and an hour is $300. There are limited slots because I have other real work to do too. But yes, I wanted to just remind you guys of that. Gentrification says, y'all think Jen really believes he is an entrepreneur? Yeah, I think she does. All right. So we had Chantel. While we're waiting for Vanessa to join, I just wanted to give Chantel. Are you ready, Chantel, to ask your question or make your comment? I know you're on mute. It's been a minute. Let's see if you need a moment. Or let's see. What about any GLA 3? Are you ready?
Yes, ma'am. Negla 3.
A straight shooter.
I am. You know what? I came here because of Mims. You had done a video with him, and I love me some him. And I know he was in court with you with his sunglasses, weirdo sunglasses. But I love Mims.
Incognito.
Right. And I'm like, but you gonna wear Versace? You gonna wear Versace anyway? Yes, man. Okay. So I had to write this down because I have been like chomping at the bit to get, you know what I mean, to get to you for 2 reasons. First of all, Christian. Okay. Please don't call her his baby mama. That is his child's mother. He the baby daddy. Please show her that respect. Do you catch that? Do you catch that, sis?
His children. Yes. No, absolutely.
Do you feel me?
Yes.
No,
Absolutely.
I know you're not doing it to be derogatory. I know you're not.
But also like with YouTube, like I have limited characters. So I had that in one of the titles, but I had to I didn't have enough time. But when I speak with her, correct. The mother of his toddlers.
Thank you. His two toddlers. Two toddlers. You're only pregnant for 9 months. Anyway. Okay. Like I said, I wrote it out. Let me see. I want the wedding money to be seized for child support. And then okay. Yeah, I want them like if they get money from whoever sponsored that and whoever's going to pay them, I want that to be seized for child support or to reimburse his victims who you have filed with the court.
Right.
That excuse me, where's my life savings?
Exactly.
Okay. But I did have a personal question, and actually it's I have two. I don't know if you want me to call in next week for the next question, but
let's do one today.
Okay, let's do one today. Okay, so the first one is going to be about so I was in an apartment with a roommate. The roommate had the apartment before me, but then the roommate moved out, signed himself off the lease, and now I'm the only one getting my wages garnished.
No, you can't do that. A roommate cannot sign themselves off a lease without you. Did you sign him? Did you agree to that?
No, I signed on to the lease, yes, but I never signed him off.
Have him sign off, then no, I would dispute that with multiple entities that you are only responsible for your half. Now, hold on though.
That's what I've been telling them.
When he moved out though, was it pursuant to a court order for any like domestic issue or anything?
No. I continued paying the rent, and I had tried to find a roommate that would help me or whatever. And you know what I mean? Because I didn't know what to do.
Got it.
Look, I lived in the same house for 40 years until my parents sold out. You get what I'm saying? So like, you know what I mean? I didn't know what I was, really getting into. And I'm not saying ignorance is not a defense. I respect that. But my thing is, they're still saying I owe them $4,500, and I'm like, and they've been garnishing my paycheck for years.
Years? Oh, how much was it, girl?
40. So the entire amount due was like $6,000, but with interest.
What state?
Ohio.
Okay, yeah, no, you need to talk to a consumer protection attorney.
Consumer protection? Okay.
Yeah, that's the division. Yeah, you're going to want a consumer protection. Absolutely. Okay, I wish you luck and check back.
Thank you, Simone. You know what? I'll talk to you next week because I have another question about my husband's sister who's, anyway, long story, but we'll talk.
Yeah, and if you want a background check on her, in my description.
No, not bad. No, not bad. It's about her protection. She's mentally challenged, and we can't get a hold because something the father had set up before he passed away. It's a long story, but anyway.
Gotcha. Yeah. No, I hear you. Okay. All right.
But you know what, sis, keep doing you and stay bright, stay brilliant. I love hearing you're always optimistic, even when you're talking about crazy stuff. I had to correct myself. I had to catch myself. But please stay, please stay that way. Just we need like a billion of you. Jasmine Crockett, you next person. Well, anyway, never mind. I'm not gonna go.
You're good. All right, I'm gonna go over to Carmen.
My dear.
I see you guys. Carmen is one of the people that you guys have helped. Okay, one of the victims, the alleged victims. Carmen, are you ready? Can you take yourself off mute? So Carmen is one of the alleged victims. I'm using alleged now in honor of the cease and desist letter that was served on me. With Carmen, it was Carmen was the woman who, she was on disability. She was disabled. She had waited a long time to finally get her disability to come through. And when it did, she took her entire disability settlement and invested it with Christian. And so, did she come? Okay, I think you need to reconnect, Carmen. We lost you. You just need to reconnect and then hit take yourself off of mute. But she was one of the people who I think in the description I had, come on, Carmen, if you're gonna come back. And then here we go. Oh God. Oh gosh, y'all. No. A victim of Christians just visited my job. There are more. Jesus. What the hell? Y'all, they keep coming. I'm trying to tell you the number of text messages that I get from victims on a regular. Okay, Carmen, you're gonna need to connect. It says you need to connect your mic or your camera before you get added. So I know you don't want to show yourself, but you just need to you need to connect a camera and then just turn the camera off so that I can have you on. Pam says I have info to help Carmen. Wonderful. Okay. Oh gosh. All right. Yeah, have the person call or text my office. Jesus. This is getting exhausting. So it's like we're gonna move on from the situation on this. Oh, Chantel, are you ready? I know it's been a minute. Are you ready, Chantel? Well, yeah, we're gonna move on from this as we wait for Vanessa. Let's see. Okay, here we go. Yeah, Carmen, if you're gonna come back, hit that again. Okay. Sorry, using iPad. Okay. All right. Okay, I see you there. So just turn off your camera. Now you just need to connect your microphone. You got to pick a microphone, and then I can give you on here. But you got to pick a microphone. Carmen. Yep. Okay, now I got you. I can hear you. Yeah. All right. So Carmen, what's the update? What's going on? What are your thoughts basically on the end of this? You guys were waiting for Vanessa to join. You. All right. So Carmen, what's the update? What's going on? What are your thoughts? Oh, you got to mute wherever you're watching it on another something. You got to mute that one. All right. So Carmen, there's an echo.
Give me just a second.
Sure. Wherever you're watching it on another something, you got to mute that one. Abby is saying there's some real similar things about all the victims. This is true. Up, Carmen, I'm going to pull you down. The woman of the hour is ready. Hold on. Wow, look at this.
Good morning. Hold on.
Hey,
good morning. Sorry, I'm in Arizona, so my phone was on silent and my baby is still sleeping. So if he wakes up, then we're going to hear him. So
no problem. How are you doing this Sunday service morning?
Good. How are you?
We're here to give you your flowers, giving you your flowers.
Thank you. Give me my money.
Yes, give me my money. So many people in the comments were saying they wanted to hear what Vanessa has to say, given that you were dogged so bad for being the bill collector and bringing forth the scamming information that we had. So I just want to let you guys know that is the context of Vanessa, is that basically on the show, she brought to Jen's attention, hey, there were some concern. No, she brought to cast members' attention. I'm going to let you go ahead and take the floor from there. Tell me how this came about.
So first of all, I want to start off by saying I originally saw your Instagram, like it was in my discovery or something. And when I saw that, I was like, I need to talk to this lady because you were so bold. You were like just going in and like sometime. And I had moved on. Like this is a year and a half ago that all this stuff happened. So, first of all, like they've been trying to get me to do this show for 13 years since Miami. And what's interesting is I'm very versed in the law. Like you're like everything that you're saying, I'm versed in the court. So
I think I asked you if you were a paralegal. I was like, girl, you're a paralegal? Because you were like, you should argue this. You should argue this. You should say
I'm
these
the bill collector. Like I know I miss my calling because I really should have been like me and you should work together. We should start a show.
Oh.
So, okay. So anyways,
become the bill collector. Like, how'd you even get that
That's what everyone calls me. Because if you have a problem, any of my friends, they're like, Vanessa's going to handle it. Like, I can get it handled quickly. Like anything, any kind of problem you have, you're going to call me.
I got some still on people that bothering me. Can you can you go?
Sure. So, okay. So anyway, so I get on the show and they're like, oh, it's, basketball, all this stuff. And, I know that the game of reality TV, you have to like play the game. And so we're shooting, we're filming. And originally one of the cast members in a scene, we were working out, and she brought it to me that Jennifer's dumbass had got scammed. Her dumbass got scammed, and me and Jackie were like, oh, like she and Jackie's like, she's a scam. She's a magnet for scams. And so then after that, they're like, well, what do you think about the scene? And I'm like, well, I'm gonna get to the bottom of it. I was, asked to get to the bottom of the scam that she got scammed.
Okay, so, and I'm gonna pause you right there. So we're gonna say things without saying things.
Okay.
And so by asked, I think those of you critically thinking can just passive tense on purpose, right? She's asked to look into this. So am I clear that like you didn't just like, how did the initial thing come about? I just want to be clear. It was like you were said to me in the scene that she had got scammed, and that was out of the dog
that we were working out. She got scammed for a damn dog. And so, okay. But did you? I'm sorry. Did you already talk about the letter that I got?
No, I talked generally about it. Do you want? I wanted to make sure it was okay with you.
Sure, go ahead.
So they is in the network sent over a cease and desist to Vanessa as well about this interview, and I read over it beforehand. See, the other thing about Vanessa that Vanessa and I have in common is we are both, we're big personalities, of course, too. But also, I was on a reality show too, a smaller reality show. My piece was much smaller than Vanessa's type of character. Mine was called Ready to Love. So I too have reviewed, and I've had to be under non-disclosure, confidentiality agreements, all of those things. I'm quite familiar with that. And so the cease and desist letter was not an issue. We reviewed it because we're not going to do anything that's going to violate that. So as a result, what we are focused on are the things that aired and the things that happened between the cast members, right? But we understand that all of you haven't watched the show. So we're just giving you enough context. Now, the doggy scam thing, could you clarify on that? Because I've seen people in the comments who were like, they think Christian stole that damn dog.
Yeah. So we were all thinking that, or she just brings it to us in this scene. And so I'm like, well, this is a job for the bill collector.
Mm-hmm. Now, let me clarify. So was it that she wanted an expensive dog? She gave somebody the dog, but the dog didn't appear? Like what happened?
So I don't know. It was like they make these websites up, and then you send the money and you never get the dog. Her dumb ass, she's a dingbat. She sent the money over, and then the dog never came.
So here's what I'm wondering. I wonder if she sent the money directly to the website, or if she sent the money to Christian to pay the website. If she
right, so they said different things, but I'm just going to move it forward to how it came about to figure out to get the drop on him. So then I said, well, we need to get the whole drop on her dude because she's always getting scammed. So, anyways, I investigated the website. I own several companies, and so I pulled up who owned the website for the dog originally, and it was some African or like Nigerian company. So it was a Nigerian scam. Ooh. Yeah, they really did a scam.
So they didn't let you include that.
They did. It was in there.
Oh, okay. You were able to talk about that.
I don't really know what aired because this was a while ago. But I did say that because I had a whole file, and anyways, it only took me like background checks or all that. Like, so it wasn't easy how I uncovered that he was lying and all that. So next I moved on to his website that he has since taken down. because I wanted to see if they were maybe the same people that owned both websites. So he had a website called. Wait, let me get my.
You still got the file, girl?
Oh, here it is. I still got the damn file because I tried to drop it off to Jackie and she didn't want it. So this was his website at the time. Here we go.
Liquid asset automation. That's what Alteria talked about.
And this was the red flag right here because he had just started this shit March 19th. This is right before we started filming. So you're a fraud. You didn't have shit going on. Jennifer got you out of public housing.
Yes. I do jailbirds.
There it is right there. And now this ain't on. So then I was like, okay, well, this is not even his real name because he was, perpetrating around that his name was Christian Gold. I'm like, well, who the hell is Christian Gold? Anyways, this is all his fake ass companies right here.
That's that. Dissolve. Right yep. Administrative dissolve. $1 billion roundtable. Ooh, billion.
Anyways, this is all the ones that's registered. Oh wait, is that backwards? Why is it coming in backwards?
No, it's perfect on my side. It's perfect on my side.
Anyways, we can read it. This is all his. That's all public records. If you Google, because I have a lot of companies, and so you won't ever find any of my companies registered to where I'm living at. That he didn't have anywhere else to register to.
Yeah, that's weird.
Anyways, so this is all taken down now. So genuinely me being a girl's girl, I'm like, well, maybe this dude is like scamming her. And so then when I Googled his name, it came up that he had wrote a book. And on the back of the book, it said that he had another kid, but we had just met him. She's bringing him around to us. See, my husband was told by NBA players that are looking out, don't film with those girls. Only film with other NBA dudes. That's why my husband only came and filmed with me. Or, but they want to portray me like I'm miserable or messy or any of that, which is not true. Like my husband was told only, so that's why he filmed with Doug. And, I've been with my husband for 24 years. So, I don't change boyfriends every 2 years.
I can't keep one for 2. That's good.
So anyways, okay. So, I find out he has a whole 13-year-old. Well, she brought this dude around, because she didn't picked him out of public housing and she, can't, find no one else to film with. So she comes in, he's saying he has a baby that's almost 1 and almost 2. Almost. So that right there, I'm on the couch like, who is this dude? Like, because what kind of man just abandons his babies like that and is filming on TV under a fake name? So I was already like red flags all the way, like all kinds of red flags. And so I was taking all the notes and I had, was going to drop it off to Jackie because I'm like, I don't know this girl, but here you do. So I just want her to know because I would want to know. Right. Maybe she doesn't know. Maybe she don't know. I said all that. Like, I don't know. I don't want to be messy. Here, you take it to her because I don't know her. But anyways, that's just not how this game works. And so they, want to push however they want me to make it. And everything I said was true. He had another kid that he was lying about. And the problem, it becomes my business when a dude is going to talk to me with my husband not there, because I can guarantee you that if my husband ever sees this dude, it's going to be a fucking problem. And if you Google
what you're talking about,
you don't want the problems from my husband. And that's why they didn't have them there when this sassy pants, period. And first of all, like, who are you? Like, my husband would be hospitalized. So anyways, Mr. Sassy Pants, that's so where
my confrontation.
Yeah, I'll play the game, right? But you're going to know And I don't lie, and I speak the truth. And honey, everything I said was facts. And then come to find out that all these people that he was scamming. And then Jennifer told me, oh, you rent your apartment. No, bitch, I got a portfolio. So she tried to do her little search on me and talk one of my rental homes. I don't stay there. She was like, you pay $2,200 a month in rent. And I was like, girl.
But her mortgage that I saw, her house that I saw, she purchased for around $400K, and it's now worth like $7 million in Atlanta. And there was only one that was registered to her. Now, she may have some under other identities or names, but I only saw one property with her. So,
but the thing is that the receipts that she pulled on me, she was trying to say I was broke, but then come to find out your dude abandoned his kids. I had already offered to try to take care, send his kids money because she was saying that she didn't have money. So you're over here trying to talk to me about I'm broke, honey. First of all, my husband still gets paid from the NBA every month. Look it up. So we're still collecting a check and have multiple businesses. So legitimate and verifiable businesses. So anyways, that's my issue. And that's why I came out to speak, because I felt like this was a safe space. And everything. The only problem that I have with this dude is him getting in my face. And I just talked to my husband last night about this bullshit. And he was like,
about that.
This dude. I said, he's in jail. And I think, like the FBI, that stuff that he has going on with the FBI, they're going to move fast. They're not going to give him opportunity.
Yeah, and including because the judge did not allow him to get off of probation a year early as he requested. If any time between now and next August, the feds do charge him, basically he won't be able to stay outside of jail. Like that is it's supposed to be a probation revocation, meaning he will.
Yeah, I'm very familiar with that because
all the way through.
Yeah. So I'm very familiar with probation and everything. It's not like I mean, my husband, I've been to jail. But I don't know if you did a background check on me. I've got like 4 or 5 aggravated assault charges. So don't play games with me.
You do?
Oh yeah, in different states.
Girl, did
aggravated assault. So
go on.
Yeah. She said, oh, go on. Yeah,
so did you win?
The law in court, I could be an attorney, but I got arrested too many times. Like I said that. I'm a CIA agent, I just got arrested way too many times. So I had a couple of notes here so the reason why I wanted to come on here and speak is the issue with me is that dude coming in talking to me when me and his chick had already talked about it. So you don't need to talk to me about anything. So if you're going to sell your soul out or, come and talk to me without my husband present, it's going to be a problem. So if I ever see that, I don't know, my husband's looking for him. So
how did your husband feel about that? How did your husband feel about that?
He didn't hear about it. Well, he heard about it way later because, of course, this stuff happened a while ago, the initial thing. But I had told him about it, and he's like, he was fucking pissed. He's like, nobody's going to come, come get at you like that when I'm not there. And for him, Mr. Sassy Pants, first of all, period. That's how he talks. Like, what? Don't drop the soap, Christian. Don't drop the soap.
In the clinker. So, and you guys, what Vanessa is referring to is the fact that after her and Jen had their discussion, he corners Vanessa one-on-one, man and woman, to basically chastise and to be aggressive with her, which is something if you had an issue, she feels like if you had an issue with a woman, right, you should talk to her husband. She has a man, but don't wait until she's by herself. Now, you have heard his baby's mom talk about his aggression. And you've heard from excerpts from the transcript of the false imprisonment where his ex-girlfriend had to jump off the 4th floor to be with him. I'm sorry, to escape him, him. So what were your thoughts when you heard about that after having your own aggressive experience with Christian?
So, I mean, he was in that scene, he was coming to explain himself about why he was lying to all of the ladies, because he brought it to us and said he had 2 kids, an almost 1-year-old and an almost 2-year-old. So first of all, you should be at home with your kids and that young. So I think his baby mom said that they broke up when the baby was 2 months old and 14 months old to go be with this bitch. So I think it was more of like you have to explain to yourself why you had got up lying. And, you know, they just made it so like, and I understand like the game of it, like you have to play the game, but you're not gonna get in my face when my husband ain't there. So that's my main issue. And that's why this has become my business, because you directly came to me. So I'm a respond, and it's not going to be edited out.
There we go. Do you feel vindicated?
I mean, listen, I moved on with my life. I have 4 kids. I'm busy. I have several businesses. I run gyms. So this is so long ago. So when I saw this, I'm like, oh, they're still doing this. But it's nice to sit back, because God will not be mocked. And everybody knows that. Touch not my anointed and do my prophets no harm. And, you know, he said in the back of his book, like, that he had got saved and all that. So, you know, on this Good Sunday service, you know, my message is that you have to be careful how you treat God's people. And that goes to anybody that's ever done me wrong, because God has my back, and I know that. So, you know, it's just interesting. I mean, God will cause that your enemies fall into the pit that they dug for you. So that's just kind of what I'm on. I just, you know, let God handle it all, and God will. He never has failed me.
And this is an ironic clip. This is from the bus.
Project your misery on other people because you didn't make the right decision.
Right. Well, bye.
That was so ironic. I'm gonna play it again.
Right. That's how they were trying to make me look. Girl, bye. That's not my real life. Like, girl, bye. You are miserable. You don't have no man, nothing. So,
I thought this comment was so ironic. I'm gonna play it real quick because it was just a few seconds, but it seems very ironic because this is Jen trying to talk about Vanessa, but now it very appropriately applies about Jen's situation. Here we go.
Like, and don't project your misery on other people because you didn't make the right decision.
Right.
Like, and don't.
She said because you didn't make the right decision. Jen, you marrying a jailbird.
Girl, you got that dude out of when they were on Section 8. Isn't that what his
Yes, that is exactly that.
Okay,
is exactly.
Girl, but you found some dude that had a baby, that had babies at home. Girl, bye. Like, my husband would never leave his kids or not provide, regardless of how they wanted to make me look. It's not. That wasn't it.
Well, we really appreciate you. Let me see a few more comments. Have any questions on here? Christian may be damn wrong. He should be damn. They said that comment did not age well, Jen. Somebody said, I cannot. A glass house comes to mind as far as her throwing this sense. And then Time Face said, they did try to edit Vanessa like she's miserable. And I'll say in my experience,
no edit formed against me shall prosper. If you go to my Instagram, like that's not me or anybody that knows me. Touch not my anointed and do my prophets no harm. Like, I am I got saved when I was 19 years old. I had met my husband at 18 in LA. And it's a spiritual warfare going on. So I'm very versed in knowing that we don't war against flesh and blood, but against principalities, powers, and rulers of darkness. So you better be careful when you come against people that are God's people. You can't do it. It's not. So it may look like you're winning like right now, but it's never gonna pan out long term. And I just keep living my life. Like, I've been like how they tried to make me look on the show was miserable and my husband was, abusive. He didn't want to film. My husband was already telling all his NBA players, they all stick together. There's less than 5,000 people that have made it to the NBA, 5,000 guys. So they're very close, all of them. They, for 13 years, my husband was saying, no, you cannot do that. You cannot do that. I said, listen, they're saying it's about basketball. We're a basketball family. Like we are it. So, we have a basketball gym. He's a coach. Like we have traveling teams. Like, so I don't need to, and I was willing to, here you go, baby. Yeah. So that's just it, right there. Yeah. Her, what is that?
Touch not.
Not one of the victims. That's one of the victims.
No, Neglet's not one of the victims. Carmen is one of them. But Neglet, thank you so much for that super chat. Coco Shay, he is a deadbeat baby daddy. That's what it's looking like. Coco Shay, thank you for the super chat. And Vanessa, how can we support you? Whatever you got going on, how can we support you?
I mean, I feel like at peace of where I'm at. And, I feel like I had that one issue with him. If she didn't want to believe anything that I had told her that is all the truth, then she, hold on, Seven. Hold on. My baby's up now. Hold on. Here, let's wash this popsicle off. Hold on. Okay, there you go. Anyways, yeah, you can head over to my Instagram if you're not following me on Instagram and just follow my, that's where I post most of my real life. And yeah.
Would you ever do a reality show again?
So I have a couple of movies that I wrote. I want to get more into like the production side of things. I don't know that I want to be a part of a show that I don't have any control over the editing or what airs.
That part.
Yeah. So that's kind of what, and my husband was being warned by other NBA players, like, bro, be careful how they're portraying you and your wife on that show while we were filming. But because he loves me, he was like, you really want to do this, so I'm gonna support you. But he was already he was already like, okay, you can do it, and it's just, that's just kind of.
I mean, I've always felt like they have trouble getting actual wives because of that stuff that you. Oh
yeah, it's like a whole like spoken like thing amongst the players. Like, no, you can't let your wife go on that show.
Mm-mm. Was there anything that you wish had aired, or like any part of you that you wish had been communicated on television that you didn't get, whether a side of your personality or your businesses, anything like that you wish had been shown?
I mean, so I was supposed to be documenting my gym expansion in LA, and that was what I thought I was signing up for. Well, they did include it. And I know that it's entertainment show, so I understand that part. But the way that they I feel like the way that they made me look on there was messy and things like that, and I don't know, it is what it is, and I moved on. So
do you feel like it was worth it after all that you went through?
I was just talking to my husband last night. I'm like, I don't know. I mean, because I did it. And so I don't know. That's just, I don't have any regrets.
Mm-hmm. Are you still friends with any of the ladies on the show?
So I would think I still talk to Jackie, and that's it. Like,
was she the one that brought you in? And was she a friend of yours prior to this?
Yeah, I knew Jackie. And I didn't know any of the other girls. Oh, I still am friends with Brittany. Yeah, I just saw Brittany a couple weeks ago in North Carolina. She came and we hung out, and our babies got to meet, and that's like real friendships. I would say, like, they didn't want. I don't feel like they wanted us to really be close, but like when you have a real like commonality with someone, and I actually still talk to Cleanna.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Even like we had like a real like I would say it's like miscommunication on the show, and like I would not film with her. I would not film with her after our cash trip. But and I threw her purse in the pool, and she was trying to sue me.
I saw that, girl. Did you take the money out too? You put the money in the pool?
No, I just threw that shit in the pool, like as she was getting. Because
the money.
She had said some mean things like to me, and like the main number one rule was you can't hit nobody. So I'm trying to not to go to jail in all these scenes, right? And I'm trying to play my part to keep my job.
You had
right?
the aggravated assaults from before, so you don't want to.
They all know that I have a bunch of assaults in 3 different states. So I do have, but those are just misdemeanors. I have 1 felony, but it got dropped down.
Okay, but did you win the fight? That's what my daddy said mattered. Like I got in a fight at school. And he was
Listen, I've never lost. I'm a fight to the end.
Order in the court. Order in the court.
But yeah, so still, I mean, me and her like talked after, because I was like, it just, I don't feel like, I just think it's crazy. Like we all kind of just got thrown into this, show, and we weren't really like, we hadn't really had like years of experience.
No, I totally understand now. So I think I really appreciate you sharing, and I know your time is really limited. I wanted to ask you though, we know Jen and Christian are probably going to watch it sometime or whatever. If you could say anything to Jennifer or Christian or both, what would you tell them?
So yeah, this is why, because, they were talking about me. They were doing YouTubes and stuff, talking about me every episode. I didn't say anything. I just let it ride out. So that's kind of why I came onto here. But again, back to touch not my anointed and do my prophets no harm. That right there, just, that's all I have to say.
I love it. I love it. Is there anything else you wanted to share about your experience?
Yeah, and that's about it. And I just really appreciate you, and you are bold. And I know we've been talking for the past couple of weeks, and I'm like, girl, that's my girl.
Thank you. And keep praying for me, y'all. Keep praying for me. Keep praying for my growth. I love that you guys. Some of the ladies met me at the courthouse. I really appreciate that. So I had people to sit with. So Mims didn't have to be my only bodyguard there. So I appreciate it all. This week, guys, we got an active docket. We're going to talk about the Georgia school pow pow. We're going to talk about Tyrese. We're going to talk about various other cases. Drop below in the comments what other cases you want to hear from. Vanessa, thank you again so much for coming on the channel. And we're going to have updates as, with anything new happening. But in the meantime, Christian, if you are watching, or your attorneys, again, if we have any updates we need to do, but I also would happily broadcast if anybody gets paid their money back. More power to them. I will happily exclaim those things as well. All right, y'all. Thanks for joining this episode of Girl, Is That Legal? With the bill collector, Vanessa Ryder.
Give me my money.